Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I've got my friend Kaelynn. Okay guys, just for a bit of context, I have decided to put me and Kaelynn's score right up here just so you could see what we got and kind of give you a bit of context so you can know, okay, this is what tips we use. Okay, I actually got a list of tips because I'm very serious about this. 9, but they're kind of overlapped into each other, so we're just gonna be like, okay, just taking our time to consider them really. So the first tip I actually have here is give yourself time to prepare.
Give myself time to prepare. I am not a good example. I personally prepared it in like a month because I realized that I was a bit too late. I wouldn't advise anyone to follow my footsteps. I don't think that is a good thing. The problem is that I need to focus on my application. I need to do my personal statement well. I need to prepare UCAT, which I have not prepared anything at all before. So a combination of all this actually overwhelmed me. So
I think a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of creators that were saying, oh yeah, you should spend between 1 month and 2 months with the UCAT. You get to a point where you peak, and then after that time you start to like go down. So I think it's a very subjective thing, to be honest. Personally, I used like 6 weeks. Revision was a bit like slow at first, but then 3 weeks to the end it was more like intense, and you spending a lot of time in my room in solitude.
I think lots of people use the 6-week one, like from lots of Instagram blogs
as well.
They also advised us to use 6 weeks, and also on YouTube, like you said, the creators, lots of them actually advised us to use 6 weeks. So 6 weeks is a good time.
Fine. I honestly think it should be fine for you. The second tip I actually have is to gather resources, and I think this is a very iffy one because there's a lot of free and paid resources everywhere.
I used a free one at the start of my preparation, but I wouldn't advise you to use that for the first one. I personally think that Medify was the best.
10 out of 10.
I couldn't find anything better than Medify. So I used Medify, and there are lots of sections, so I focus on each section first, and I wouldn't time myself first. I would do practice and see what kind of questions and styles there are. Then I would start to do the timed ones, and when I'm a bit confident, I would actually go to a free website, but I can't really remember the name. I think you know the name.
Which one? Was it the UCAT website?
Not the UCAT website.
Is it Blackstone Tutors?
Past Medicine.
Oh my god, how can I forget about Past Medicine? Because they have the different sections. So they have your verbal reasoning, quantitative reasoning, abstract, decision making, and SJTs, and it's all free, I think, for 6 months.
It's free. But I thought that the questions on this Past Medicine was a bit tougher, like not a bit, but quite a lot tougher than the actual one. I think Medify one was the
most ideal.
Yes.
I really do think so as well. And honestly, I felt like the UCAT one, especially for quantitative reasoning, was so much harder than the real thing.
And the problem with the UCAT website one is that I'm not familiar with the calculator. Yes, I would actually advise you guys to get used to the calculator because it's really important. It makes a lot of difference practicing with the right calculator.
So this maybe is another tip on its own, but that's why I'd say I'd recommend using all these websites as opposed to buying a book, because obviously the book is good for giving techniques and stuff, but if you're actually going to be practicing, you're actually going to need to get used to the whole interface and things. So we've talked about the main UCAT website, which is obviously a resource on its own. It's like the main one. We've talked about Past Medicine. It's a free one, just 6 months free. It's honestly so good, but it might be a bit tougher for you. I honestly thought that it was kind of similar, but I don't know, I think it was
maybe to you it may be a bit similar.
To her it was
my experience was that I started straight away with Past Medicine. Like I did a whole mock without knowing any questions. So when I saw the questions, I was frightened.
I think
I broke down that night after doing that mock on Past Medicine. Then I realized that I should actually start up step by step from Medify maybe, and I paid for the subscription for like 6 weeks, but I ended up only using 4 weeks. So yeah, but I think Medify is really good.
Yeah, I think Medify was the best one.
Yes, yes.
In terms of paid resources, definitely Medify. I would definitely recommend. We are not sponsored or anything, but just go by Medify. That's what we have for paid resources. For free resources, we mentioned UCAT, Past Medicine, YouTube. Oh my goodness, you don't have to pay. Personally, from me to you, you don't have to pay for any course. Don't pay for any course, because there's loads of people on YouTube that will give you the same exact information that you'd be paid £200 for.
Let me tell you, I paid for a course when I was back in my country. I paid for like a 1-day course, one for UCAT and one for BMAT, and I think that I wouldn't say it was not really useful. It actually was useful, but I think that the timing was not right, because I did the preparation course like 2 or 3 months earlier before my preparation. So by the time I start my preparation, I actually forgot about everything I've learned in the course.
So it was like too early, kind of.
Yeah.
Because I think it's really good that we have two people with two different experiences, so you guys can have like a balanced sort of view.
Yeah, but I think it is a good head start. Like you know what you are going to expect, but I wouldn't say it's very useful. So if you were to give me another chance, I don't think I will go for the course again. I think Medify is totally enough.
Yes, and YouTube as well.
Yes,
There's
YouTube
loads
videos.
of
Yeah, watch YouTube videos.
I will link all the people that I watched down in the description. I swear I watched hundreds. There's Kharma Medic. There's just a whole lot. So you guys should go check them out. But We Are Medics on Instagram.
Yes.
They are such a helpful resource. They helped me with finding virtual work experience. They have this UCAT ebook, interview ebook. It's just a life-saving website. Go make sure you follow them on Instagram. They're really helpful.
They have the whole UCAT book.
Yeah,
that actually gives you like the dates and stuff, like how you should prepare, what day and stuff. Yeah,
it's so good. All you need to do, just go give them a follow. Go on their bio. They have like a link that takes you to all the ebooks, and go click the UCAT one. It's so good. So the third tip I have is kind of linked to what you said, and your medics actually have this in their ebook, is keeping track of your progress.
Yes,
I think that really helped me. I had this large, I didn't use the We Are Medics one because I was already keeping like track of how I was doing before I followed We Are Medics, but it would definitely help you see how you're going, and you can know what to improve on.
I have a whole page, if you like to see. I have a whole page like I did because on Medify I think there was like 15 mocks, including the 2 or 3 actual ones on Medify.
I can't remember.
They have like 15 or 16. So before the UCAT exam, I calculated how many days I have left, and I tried to make myself do a mock every single day, because I was short in time, so I had to force myself to do this. So every day after like a whole mock, I will record my own score, and I have a full list of my scores up to the day of the exam.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a whole full page. Yes.
Was it like, what did you use to like track it down? Was it like Excel?
I just wrote it myself on a notebook. Like I would put the 5 sections, right? I'll put 5 sections and then I'll put each score in. And the good thing about Medify is that they actually give you comments, and also for your SJT, they actually give you comments. Like they will tell you what band you are in and how you can improve. Because I know some website, like the UCAT official website, they wouldn't give you like a specific band.
No, none of that.
They won't give you the score. So I think Medify is really good in terms of giving scores. Keeping
track of your progress is definitely one. I had a whole Excel spreadsheet. She had hers in writing.
Okay guys, this is something from the future, and I was just editing and I just thought it would be cool to show you guys what my Excel spreadsheet looked like, and I was not lying when I said I had a long ass sheet. So can you see this? This goes up to 69 rows of mock practice. This was me, and you could see the dates by the side. So I started recording on the 12th of July and ended at around 21st, 24th August. So what was it, maybe a bit over a month. So yeah, that was just what it looked like, and I hope this kind of guides you on to how to keep track and stuff. Alright, enjoy the rest of the video. Bye.
Oh god, but anyhow you can do it, just make sure you're keeping track so you know where you're going, what to focus on, you know, where to pick up the pace and things like that. So the fourth one I have, this may actually link onto future videos. We might do more videos like in other sections. It just depends on what you guys want. Just let us know in the comment section. But we're going to my tip was actually saying to find your technique. I really think that the UCAT exam is more about technique than knowing something, because it's so time pressured. Like you may know how to do it, but if you're not quick enough, honey, you're really going to slack and you're not going to get that score even if you have the potential. So I think finding technique is really
definitely. I think some of you may prefer to focus on what you're good at as well. Make sure that you get the highest score possible so that you can pull up your low scores and average it up to a reasonably high score. That's what I think. But some people do think that you should focus on your weakness, which I also agree, because obviously you wouldn't want to give up on your weakness, right?
Definitely.
So yeah,
I really think that's true, because you focus on your strengths. I know I focus on my weakness because I was quite good at abstract reasoning and decision making, but when it came to quantitative reasoning, my problem was that I was so slow. My mental maths wasn't really that good. So I actually kind of focused on that, and I think different things work for different people. You focus on your strengths, and her strengths like help push your score. I focus on my weakness, and that helped me as well. So I really think
it depends.
It really depends on who you are, and also I also think it depends on how low your weakness is. Like if you're getting maybe 700s on maybe quantitative reasoning, abstract reasoning, and you're getting like, what's the lowest score, like 300 on verbal reasoning, you might want to focus on that weakness to bring it up to a certain level.
That's a bit too
then
low.
focusing on your strengths. That's what I really
too low. Yeah.
My next tip actually is more focused on situational judgment, and it's make sure you read the GMs.
Oh yes, definitely.
Good medical practice.
Yeah, I think situational judgment is just about that. And for me, I think practice is the most important, because I realized that the questions are more like similar. They're not the same, but they are similar in terms of context.
I really agree with that, and I also think that you're only going to get better with practice.
Yes.
Because there's some that the answer will be very appropriate, but to you it's like appropriate, and it's just having to know those little loopholes and getting your way around them. I think
practice makes perfect.
Definitely. Oh yeah, it's really similar to what we mentioned earlier about weaknesses and whether you should focus on your stronger points or you should focus on your weaker points. But I think it really depends on the age. Maybe at the beginning of your practice, just go through, maybe start a UCAT, maybe start with the UCAT website so you can sort of see what the exam is really about. Then as you get closer and closer to the day, do more mocks per day, do more mocks per day, so you're making sure your mind and brain is sharpened so that when you get into the exam,
and make sure every time when you're doing the mocks, you need to be under the exam conditions so that you get used to it. And I think some of you actually advised me to do it at a regular time, maybe something similar to your exam day, so that you get used to your routine and you make sure that you won't have much differences.
True, as long as you've booked your time, always try to do the practice within during that time. Next one, make notes as you go along, especially for abstract reasoning and situational
judgment.
English, situational judgment. And I think because abstract reasoning, the patterns are very repetitive. Like it's either going to be a circle or a shape or something. So by the time you make notes of these patterns, write a note of every pattern you ever find, because there's a tendency that you'd see something similar on the exam day. So make sure you make note of that.
And I think that before you start practicing on your abstract reasoning, maybe you can go to some YouTubers and see what patterns they gave you. Like they will give you a list of patterns that they have come across, so you can write down all of that. And when you're doing your practice, and you can try and see if you have met anyone, and maybe you can remember it more.
Yeah, definitely. And I also think that by the time, even if you want to write tips that patterns people have seen before, and if you start going through papers and seeing them, like the link between them will start to form better, so that would definitely now help you, isn't it? Yeah, and also for SJT, it will help you know what is very inappropriate and what is very appropriate in certain scenarios, because there's definitely some things that repeat themselves, and I think you mentioned this in the last clip. There's obviously a lot to talk about. That's why we were saying that we can actually make more specific videos if you guys want that. All you have to do is tell us in the comment section. Make sure you give this video a like and subscribe. That way I will know that you guys actually found this video useful. Okay,
subscribe.
Okay. In fact, you know what, I'm gonna just give you guys a pause. Go subscribe now. Go like
right
if
now.
It's helping you right now.
Right now.
I'll
right
count.
now.
You know, I'll count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. Let's get back to the last point, which is practice, practice, practice. I know we've said this a lot. I think we've mentioned practicing a lot as we've talked through the video, but it's worth saying it for the very last time again. Make sure you practice, because that's the only way you're going to find what technique works for you and how to manage your time properly, because technique is very, very important in the UCAT.
Definitely, practice is the most important one. And please make sure that you don't be me again, trying to do everything last minute. And I think that practice is not enough. So make sure that you are prepared and you know what you are facing. I would advise you to maybe do your exam in end of August.
Yeah, I think that's when a lot of people do it, and I think someone called it the golden week. The last week or the last 2 weeks of August before school starts in September. That's when a lot of people
I think that's
do
the
it,
best one. Yes. I think that, and then you can maybe prepare like 6 or 7 weeks before.
Just a little information so you can like make sure you just plan early enough, because we don't want last minute planning.
Just hope you guys all the best in your UCAT or BMAT. I mean, we both didn't do BMAT, so I don't think we can give much advice on BMAT.
But we wish you guys the best of luck, and we know you can do it. If we could do it, you can definitely do it. Okay? If you want someone to talk to, or you're feeling a bit scared, or you just need some words of encouragement, my Instagram is gonna be down in the description box, and so will mine be. Kaelynn, so make sure you go check that out.
Put your name here, like your Instagram.
Oh, okay, I could do that.
I can put it here, right?
The names will be here, Instagram names. And Kaelynn also has a YouTube channel where she does a lot of cute vlogs for you in the UK vlog. So make sure you go check that out. Her channel is going to be in the description box. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, talk to me in the comment section. I want to talk to you guys down there. And
make sure you tell us what you want us to show you next time.
Yes, if you want us to do more like section specific things, we will happily do it. We can
also discuss about the interview stuff with you.
Yeah, we could talk about interviews, application process.
Yeah, application process. Yeah.
Definitely, I think that would be a really fun video.
Maybe personal statement, what kind of stuff you can try and include.
We are currently in the waiting stage. She has an interview tomorrow, guys. Wish her good luck in the comment section, although she'll probably be done.
I will be done by the time you upload this.
By the time I upload this, but you know. Alright, bye.